Hi everybody and welcome to this week's Connect Group study. I want to share for a few moments what I shared from last Sunday on gratitude, and we should all have an attitude of gratitude. I'm reminded of the story that we shared about the 10 lepers that Jesus had healed, but yet out of the 10 lepers only one, a Samaritan, who really didn't get on with Jews, and in fact Jews didn't like Samaritans at all, but this fella was so relieved that he was healed. In fact, I guess he was probably astounded that he was a leper, and then next minute as he's walking, he was instantly healed. All leprosy, no signs of leprosy on his body anymore. And he was so full of awe and so excited to be healed that he went back to Jesus and he just shared his praise to Jesus, sung out how relieved he was. And I say that if I was him, I also would have been pretty relieved as well. And no doubt I would have went back to Jesus. Well, I hope I would have went back to Jesus and thanked him for what he had done. But the other 9 chose not to. And they just kind of went on their way. And this leper that showed his attitude of gratitude to Jesus is a wonderful example for us in how we should be thankful for what Jesus has done for us. I don't know about you, but I don't know where I would be without Christ in my life. Maybe you can look back to your life prior to Jesus and you could seriously say, well, I know where I would be. I'd be here, I'd be in jail, I could be in this mess, I could be in that mess, I could even be dead. Because Jesus has made a massive impact in your life. In spite of all the difficulties, in spite of all the problems, in spite of all the breakdowns and dysfunction, Jesus has intervened into your life and He has made a massive difference. In fact, He's turned your life around. And you have a big part to play with that as well. Jesus has accomplished everything for us on the cross, but we also have to acknowledge Him and to practically every day live that life to glorify Him. So it's a partnership, but Jesus sets the foundation for us to live that life with Him. I gave my life to the Lord when I was 14, so I didn't really get up to a whole lot of no good up until that age, but I know how I think and I know how I potentially could have worked out or what I potentially could have become if I didn't have Christ in my life. I have a number of people in my family that are alcoholics, and no doubt the way that I was headed, I may have ended up in a similar boat. But I praise the Lord that He got a hold of my life. I love that song. I was listening to it this week. Jimmy Swaggart singing, Jesus got a hold of my life and You'll never let me go. Don't worry, I'm not going to sing it to you. But when Jesus gets a hold of our life, He'll never let us go. And we've got so much to thank Jesus for in what He has done for us. And as simple as what I'm sharing with you in this time, I want to encourage you to be thankful. Be thankful. Take some time out and be thankful for what Jesus has done for you. The leper came back to Jesus because he had such an overwhelming sense of gratitude and thankfulness towards Jesus because He healed him. The other 9 just took off as though that Jesus was meant to heal them and He'd done His job, so big deal. And they go on their way. And you know, sometimes we've got to pause in our life and just reflect of what our life is like now with Christ than what it was without Christ. You know, it does us good to sit and just reflect and think and ponder. Because if we understood everything that Jesus has done for us, we'd be like that 10th leper. And we'd be constantly thanking Jesus for what He has done for us. Jesus is awesome. He has changed our life. He loves us so much. And Jesus has got a hold of your life. He's got a hold of my life. And as we cling to Him, He will never let us go. He has done so much for us. So I want to leave you with this thought as you go into your discussion and answer some of the questions that we have there. Why don't you take time to thank Jesus for who He is and what He's done for you? What changes He's helped you make in your life because He loves us. We should have an attitude of gratitude for all that Jesus has done for us, and we should express that regularly. We should express that to those around about us. And finally, why don't you show some appreciation to your friends, your family, your workmates, your colleagues, your school friends, whoever they may be? Why don't you show some gratitude towards them and thank them for who they are and the impact, hopefully positive, that they've had in your life. Take some time out this week to think about that person that you want to thank for what they have done for you, continue to do for you, or just simply be in them in your time of need. Enjoy your time of discussion, go through the questions, and God bless you, and we'll see you next week. See ya.